Hello, my name is Gisell. I'm a New York City makeup artist and I've been a makeup artist for 4 years now. I've always been a makeup lover, but during COVID, I was just figuring out what my career was going to be. I was studying something completely different. I was studying to be a forensic psychologist, but then I started thinking like, is this something I really want to do? When you're putting yourself into building a career, you have to be 100% sure, but something never really clicked 100%. But I always knew I wanted to have my own business. I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And then beauty was just something that I always had in the back of my head. I just never thought that I could fully go on and pursue a business in beauty. During COVID, I'm like, life is too short. This is my life, so why not try it? I realized I was good when my Instagram started growing. I started getting bookings while I was working. So I'm like, oh, the girls are loving the glam. The girls are loving my style. And the traction on my Instagram just started growing really fast. So I'm like, all right, there's something that I'm doing right and the girls are loving it. So that's when I realized that my makeup was good. I guess my first client, I remember it took me about 3 days after I launched my Instagram, and I will never forget her. She reached out for me to do her makeup for her birthday, which was really special. And at the time, I only charged $50 for a travel makeup appointment, which is crazy to think about. But when I noticed, like, wow, somebody's willing to put $50 in my pocket to make them look beautiful, I'm like, all right, there's potential here, so I could be making some money off of this. Another moment I realized that it's a career that was potentially going to put a lot of money in my pocket was when I was working at these other jobs and I felt like I was missing out on my clients. I would sit down and be like, wow, like all this money that I'm missing out because I'm clocking in to, at the time I was working as a dentist clerk in the front desk. Like, wow, so I'm missing out on these clients and I'm sitting down here. And that's when I realized, like, wow, maybe I need to shift my time into becoming a full-time makeup artist because I'm missing out on a lot of projects and clients working this other job. Honestly, I really studied my competition and my peers. Like, I really put in time to see who the best makeup artists were in New York City, what they have that I don't. And I realized that Instagram is so powerful and I didn't want to just look like any other makeup artist. I wanted to combine fashion and beauty. And I'm like, I love both. Let me curate my feed into something that is both art and eye-pleasing. So I really studied a lot and I always made sure that I kept pushing the art that I put out to be different so that when my audience will look at my work, they will always be surprised or they will always see something new. I told myself that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in. And I said, whatever my name is on, I must do it the best. I must try the hardest. I must work the hardest. I've always been a very hard worker before becoming an entrepreneur. So I knew that I had it in me. So I knew that I had to keep that fire alive. No matter what was going on around me, no matter what obstacles were there, I just had to make sure that this business kept growing. And I always told myself, like, never give up. This is your baby. This is what you're curating. This is what you will be growing for a lot of years. So you might as well do it the best. Believe it or not, Mariah the Scientist and Keyshia, they both found me through Instagram. So that gave me really a lot of confidence because I knew that I was doing something right. I knew that I was curating my Instagram for the type of clients that I wanted. And yeah, they found me on Instagram. I guess they were really amazed by the type of work and how versatile I am. I do both natural, soft glams, and also editorial. So I feel like that made them feel comfortable that whatever they asked for, I was going to be able to deliver. On top of that, I feel like a lot of my work concentrates on like photo shoot makeup, which is a little different from regular makeup. So I feel like since they're always getting photographed and always around a lot of people, they knew that their makeup was gonna look flawless on all cameras. Honestly, before I got to them, I was very nervous because, you know, these are high top celebrities. And at the moment, I'm just this girl from New York that does makeup. Like, really, like, they chose me. But I just told myself, treat them like any other client, make them feel comfortable, bring in that energy that I always bring in with any client, make them feel pampered. And I put myself into that mindset and treated them how I treat every other client. So, and that helped me a lot. Yes, I did. Before walking in, I called one of my best friends, aka she's right here. And I would tell her like, oh my God, I'm about to start. Like, I can't believe this. But then I just told myself, like, you got this. And having people around you that really support you and uplift you is important. So I feel like having those, even if it was a 5-minute phone call, really helps you reassure yourself and just get reminded that you got this. Hearing it from somebody else definitely hits different than you just telling yourself. So my support system really helped me ease in with those clients. My family, my grandparents, I feel like I'm the oldest out of my siblings, and I feel like I owe it to all my ancestors, everyone who came before me, to be the greatest and the best. I just want to be the best of the best. I try to remind myself that I chose this career because I love it. So I always try to remember that and have fun. Like, I always try to have fun, even during those like busy weeks or busy moments. I always remind myself, like, don't forget why you started. Don't forget why you took the risk, and you did it because you love glam. So that's why you quit your 9 to 5. You quit your 9 to 5. Yes, you quit it, but you work 24/7. But it's fun, you know, be able to make your own hours. If a family member's sick, you're able to adjust yourself. Though it's not easy, I feel like being a creative in any field, photographer, videographer, hairstylist, it's always a challenge when, you know, us freelancers, we don't depend on a weekly paycheck. But if you do things out of love, the money will come. I'll say I've had a few challenging moments, but one of them is being able to show up to photo shoots and to clients when you're dealing with personal things. I had 2 family members pass away through very big moments of my career these past few years. And being able to show up the next day like nothing happened, being able to bring in that bright energy, because that's important when you walk into a room. So being able to leave the personal things outside when you show up for work was probably one of the hardest things. But I feel like it also made me the strongest, because if I'm able to show up while I have all these obstacles, going through all these challenges in my life, I have to remember that the business continues, you know, like the money is not going to wait for you. The client's not going to wait for you. You have to show up your best no matter what's going on. Every shoot you go into, every client you meet, you leave a first impression. And I feel like that first impression with new clients, returning clients, or I don't know, a new photographer you work with, leaves a stamp. So I make sure that every work I do, every shoot I do, every client I do, they leave with a good thing. They leave with like, oh my God, she was the sweetest, or I felt so pampered, like she took care of me. And that's what I want my clients to leave with. Something I'll tell any artist, whether you're in the makeup field, videography, any type of artist field, is never give up. Even when you're going through the most cloudiest months, even when you're dead broke, because I was dead broke at some point for my dream. And I always believe that God had a purpose and He has a plan. I'm like, if I'm willing to pour all in right now, I know my reward is coming. So be patient. It's gonna take some years. Honestly, it took me 3-4 years to finally say that I'm making money, you know, to the point where I'm a little more, you know, stable. I could live off my lifestyle and stuff, but just be patient. Be patient and work hard every day. Even while you're unmotivated, even when you're sad, crying, I don't know, whatever you're going through, like, remember that you did this for a reason, and journal. For me, I feel like journaling has helped me throughout my whole life and this career too. Putting all my thoughts out there, putting it on paper makes it into reality. And yeah, just never give up, even when you're dead broke, because you won't be broke forever. I promise that. Something I always like tell people, you have to be crazy. Like, you have to be insane. You have to like believe so hard in yourself that everyone around you has no reason but to believe in you. And that's what I did from the beginning. Like, when I had 0 followers on my makeup page, when I had 10, 5, like, I would post like I had 2,000, 3,000 followers. I would speak about myself so highly that everyone around me or everyone that followed me would feel like, wow, like, she's really that confident and she only has 20 followers. Yes. People keep tabs, you know. You might think people are not watching you for months. People see the consistency. And I feel like, who cares? Be that annoying Instagram person that's posting every day. Be that person that's putting cringe content, you know, because that cringe content is going to grab somebody's attention. And who knows, you might get booked by a really famous artist. You might have a life-changing career. Like, if you show up every day for yourself and for your career, the rewards are endless. And yeah, just never give up. Another piece of advice I'll say too is cut off people that are blocking your vision. Like, I had to eliminate so many people that were just negative around me, or people who didn't have bigger dreams. I feel like keeping yourself inspired, keeping yourself around people that are go-getters, really like reflect on you. And those people around you really make you work harder. So I feel like that's really important. Eliminate the people that are not supporting you, even if you love them, you know. Like, I had lost so many friends and I've gained so many amazing ones. I just know that the real ones are the ones that are still with me. So I feel like having good connection, having good friendships with people that aren't as hardworking as you is important too. Like, I can't, 90% or 70% of the gigs that I could say were high career changing, I've got them through friends. I've got them through recommendations. I've got them because I support them. You know, I show love. I repost. If I know somebody needs their service, I refer them. Like, I'm not stingy at all. And I feel like when you go into any creative career with that mindset, you will always receive back. And even through, I'm also a beauty coordinator for like fashion shows. Like, even through that, like, I've gave so many people like opportunities to be in these rooms, and I did it because I see the fire in them. I see they want it. I see that they're working hard, they're posting, even if they have 400 followers, 300 followers, like, I don't care. What I care about is that you have that fire in you and you're just going and going. Like, I feel like hard workers recognize hard workers, so I appreciate that over anything. I would tell myself, you did it. You poured everything from the very start. You continue to pour because I know that that's who I am, and everything that I have planned, it's gonna happen. And I know 10 years from now, Gisell, she did it. Yeah, come say hi, my fellow friend, my forever friend.